It is Friday. Can you see how beautiful it is here? I mean, the perfect day to get out and run some sprints. Sprint workout followed by some abs. Yeah, let's do it. It's the warm-up series. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be fun. Let's go. Woo! I just got home from the sprint workout and it is a killer. Quick workout, I'll be honest with you, it's brutal. But it's all about how much effort you put into it. If you lollygag it, it might not be too bad. But if you run like you should, it's a hell of a workout. So here's the deal. Today, we wanna make sure that our warm-up is a little bit more involved than normal. Do your normal dynamic stretching, get the blood going everywhere. Do some ankle rolls, open up the hips, do some high knees with a little extra stretch, do some butt kickers, and then do some karaokes. If you don't know what karaokes are basically when you're kind of running sideways, but you're gonna put one foot in front of the other, and then you're gonna put that foot behind the other, and you're just gonna keep alternating. And it's not something you're doing as fast as you can. You might have seen football players do it. They do it pre-game quite often. You're just basically just trying to get loose, right? And then one of the things I definitely do on days that I sprint is work on takeoffs. And I'll do takeoffs, but I'll warm up and gradually work my way to 100%. So what I mean by takeoffs is when you're in a starting position to run, right? I'm down, I'm getting ready to run. I actually like to run like I'm stealing second base, have a baseball background, and this is how I'm gonna start my sprint. What we're working on when I'm talking about takeoffs as a warm-up is that initial first few steps where you're staying low and you're really driving and accelerating as fast as you can. I like to warm up, but I'll start 25% effort, making my way up to 100%. So the first two, I'll get online and I'll do just a real nice and easy 25% takeoff for about 10 yards. And then I'll do it again on the way back. And then the next set, I'll do 50% down and back. And then the next set, 75% down and back. Next set, 100%. And at that point, we are ready to roll. We're ready to get into the meat and potatoes of the workout. The first drill is gonna be the box drill. And the box drill, you're going to have some cones or water bottles or whatever items you might have. You're going to need 4 of them. We're going to make a box, a 10-meter box. We'll call this the first, your first marker. For me, I'm using little orange cones. So 10 meters over, 10 meters up, and we're going to make a 10-meter box, a square box. That's all we're going to do. And I'm gonna start here at this bottom left cone, and I'm gonna do a side shuffle, right? I'm facing this way, I'm always facing this way. I'm gonna do a side shuffle, and then I'm gonna do a forward sprint, and then I'm gonna do a side shuffle this way, and then finish it up with a reverse sprint. And that is one iteration of a box sprint. We're gonna do 5 of those, with about a 30 to 45 second rest in between. All right, we're gonna follow the box drill with straight 50-meter sprints. You're gonna have one cone as a starting position, 50 meters down, you're gonna have the other cone. And you're gonna run as hard as you can on these sprints, 10 of them, with about 45 second rest in between. If you need to take a little bit longer, it's all good. What I want you to do is put max effort out each and every time you run a sprint. After we do those 10 sprints, we're gonna do 5 reverse sprints. Same deal, 45 second to about a minute rest in between. After the reverse sprints, we're gonna do a short little ab routine. And it basically consists of a circuit that we're gonna do 4 times. It's gonna start off with 20 4-count flutter kicks, followed by 20 frog leg crunches. Frog leg crunches are just when you open your legs up and you put the bottoms of your feet together. And all that does is take away your hip flexors from being involved and concentrates everything on your abs. So After that, we're gonna go into planks, and they're breakdown planks. So you're gonna be in a push-up position, and then you're gonna break down with one arm at a time to your forearm, and then you're gonna get back up. And you're gonna do that for 30 seconds. After that, 30-second break. That's one iteration. We're gonna do 4 sets of that. All right, just keep going. I unfortunately forgot to hit the record button. So at the end of my workout, I realized I didn't record it. And I did one more set just so that I could get on tape so you could see what I was doing. I was sucking at this point. I was sucking pretty bad. It's a good workout today. It's gonna be hard. Again, just like with any other workout that I've talked about this week, if this is your first time, do half the reps. These sprints today, you're gonna be sore tomorrow. Most people are gonna be sore tomorrow, especially if you haven't been running sprints. I'm gonna be sore tomorrow, I'm sure. So anyways, that was today's workout, guys. It's pretty good. Week 1 in the books. Next workout is on Monday. You got 2 days off. 2 days off. Good sleep, good rest. Try not to eat unhealthy, and calm down on the beers, you know. I'm gonna have some beers, but not very many. Yeah, not very many. All right, cool. See you guys later. Have a good weekend. Be ready Monday. I'm out.
They say, oh my God, I see the way you shine. Take your hand, my dear, and place them both in mine. You know you stopped me dead while I was passing by. And now I beg to see you dance just one more time. Ooh, I see you every time. And oh my, I like your style. You make me wanna cry. And now I beg to see you dance just one more time. So they say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh. I never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, eh. And when you're done, I'll make you do it all again. I said, oh my God, I see you walking by. Take my hands, my dear, and look me in my eyes. Just like a monkey, I've been dancing my whole life. But you just beg to see me dance just one more time. Ooh, I see you every time. And oh my, I like your style. You make me wanna cry. And now I beg to see you dance just one more time. So they say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh. I never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, eh. And when you're done, I'm back to do.
Quick tip. Today we're gonna be running 50-meter sprints. And you may not know how far 50 meters is, but I'll give you a good way to estimate 50 meters. I know what my 100-meter pace count is. And when I'm walking normally, my 100-meter pace count is about 70 paces. Now that's not 70 steps. It's actually every time my left foot hits the ground, I count. And I'll show you as example. I'm starting my pace count. 1, 2, 3. All the way up until today, we're gonna do 35 paces because it's 50 meters. Like I said, 70 paces is 100 meters for me. And if you're a little shorter in stature, you might wanna go a couple extra paces. If you're a little taller than me, then it might be more like 68. It seemed like the typical Special Forces soldier had a pace count with a rucksack on their back of anywhere from 66 to 74. Okay, so I think if you just go 70 paces, you're probably gonna be pretty good, and that will give you 100 meters. 35 paces will give you 50, which that's what we're running today. So, quick little tip, hope that helps out.
So they say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh. seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, hey. And when you're done, I make you do be that again. They say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, 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 oh. I never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, hey. And when you're done, I make you do it all again. Oh, 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 say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, oh. I never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, hey. And when you're done, I'll make you do it all again. They say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, 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 oh. I never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, hey. And when you're done, I'll make you do it all again, all again.
That hurt. That hurts. That hurts. Woo. It hurts good. Run hard. Run hard, baby.
They say, oh my God, I see the way you shine. Take your hand, my dear, and place them both in mine. You know you stopped me dead while I was passing by. And now I beg to see you dance just one more time. Ooh, I see you every time. And oh my, I like your style. You make me wanna cry. And now I beg to see you dance just one more time. So they say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, oh. I never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, hey. And when you're done, I'll make you do it all again. I said, oh my God, I see you walking by. Take my hands, my dear, and look me in my eyes. Just like a monkey, I've been dancing my whole life. But you just beg to see me dance just one more time. Ooh, I see you every time. And oh my, I like your style. You make me
Today, I really want to draw some awareness to SSRIs, and I've got a challenge to anyone who's having any kind of mental health issues. But the first thing I want to talk about is the SSRIs that they're handing out, and they're really being dangerous about it. These SSRIs, so if you don't know what SSRIs are, they're basically drugs that they block the serotonin receptor so that you have more free-floating serotonin, and it will directly affect your mood. So a lot of people that have these depressive episodes, they have big downswings, you know, and then you come back and you're happy, and then you have these downswings. Well, what that SSRIs are supposedly doing is just making those downswings much less. But what it also does is makes your happy times much less. So that curve, you know, it basically numbs your feelings. And the thought is, or the thought was, that depression is directly linked to serotonin levels. That's not the case. In July of 2022, the Journal of Molecular Psychiatry, they concluded that there is actually no link to serotonin levels and depression. And most psychiatrists and psychologists agree with this at this point, but they're still prescribing it, saying that it's better than nothing. Let me just give you a brief history on depression. Back in the day, less than 100 years ago, 80 years ago, depression was diagnosed as a mental health disorder, and they would put you in a sane asylum, a mental health facility. There, they might do shock therapy on your brain, lobotomies, and it wasn't until, I think, the 1960s that they decided, oh, wait, we can just talk to the patient a little bit and let's talk through their problems. Maybe we help them. They didn't try that first, okay? And the 70s is when SSRIs came to fruition. And since then, we've been using it. And since then, we've had some major mental health issues. And we keep treating people with depression with these drugs that are probably not helping, and in fact, maybe making it worse. These are the type of drugs that if you get off of them abruptly, it could cause a psychotic meltdown, have you do things that you might not ever do. Increased levels of suicide, lack of libido, erectile dysfunction. I mean, it kind of makes you numb, you know, makes sense. There is other alternatives. If I can catch you somehow before you go and get on these SSRIs in particular, really, you need to try to stay off of all of the pharmaceuticals, in my opinion. That's my goal. I try as my best to stay off pharmaceuticals because I don't trust them anymore. They've lost my trust. I've worked in the medical field alongside doctors. I understand how the system works. Whether you like it or not, our doctors are being trained by pharmaceutical companies. It's just the truth. They treat the disease, and sometimes they make the disease, and then they make the cure for it. COVID. Yeah. So another thing about these SSRIs, they are one of the few drugs that have the black box label, right? That's the label that they put on that's like, it's almost banned, you know, but not quite. So we'll just put this black box label because it's that dangerous of a drug. So I'm just asking anyone out there who may be going through some issues, going through some hard times, I hope I can catch you before you get on these kind of drugs. And I'm asking you, stay with me. Give me a chance. Give me 4 months. Work out with me. I'm going to be going through the struggle too. I'll be doing it with you every day. Stay with me. And if at the end of 4 months, you don't feel better, then I get it. You know, do what you got to do. But there are other options that you can go to first before getting on pharmaceutical drugs. There's new studies out on psilocybin, you know, and not taking them to, you know, the point where you're tripping, like for enjoyment, but taking them in a very small dose. The studies are amazing, but pharmaceuticals can't make a lot of money off of that. So, yeah, because, I mean, we can grow that in our closet. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in an information war. You have to really look into things. You got to do some research. So Learn about SSRIs. Don't just take my word for it. Go look it up. Challenge yourself to get educated on different subjects so that, you have a confident opinion on the matter. I'm just really trying to get people that have mental health issues to work on themselves through physical fitness and really pushing it, doing things that you never thought you could do, getting out in nature, clearing your head. I think that's going to do a lot more for you than some of these pharmaceutical drugs. It can't hurt. You know what I mean? Anyways, that's the thought of the day, guys. I got to get that out early. I know you're going to stay with me the whole program, but my GoPro died. It got too hot. It's a normal occurrence. You'll get used to it, but I think I was done. So anyways, you guys have a good one. I'll see you on the next one. Stay strong, stay in a fight.